So it really looks like you're in a...
So then it kind of feels more like FileMaker. And you've also got things that you don't probably expect to have in Webdirect, just to show. You can import using most of the file formats. So if I have here somewhere, desktop, maybe. It looks like I don't have it. Oh, I know where I have it. I'm just looking for an Excel file. So here somewhere, I have an Excel file. And I can import that. And I get this. And I can, and this is the field mapping. I wish so much that we had this great
matching fields.
Matching fields.
Yeah.
I've got a few fields here. I can't actually import from some of these fields, but so I can match these up, and then I can come along and say, actually, don't import the first record because it's field names, and import. Really?
Yeah, you got to.
Fine. Whatever. It just kind of randomly picked. Obviously, it wasn't the best. I didn't actually do everything, and so I got some data in weird places, but
it's a demo file.
But it's a demo file. Yeah. But as you can see, I did get. Yeah. So anyway.
And you can turn all those off if you wish.
Yeah, and again, so I can hide the toolbar, and again, so when you're doing things, you hide the status toolbar.
And the menu bar uses the same controls that you would in regular file as far as access.
No, so actually, what you've got in Webdirect. Let me just show this.
Yes.
Let me go into scripts for a second. So one thing is for Webdirect, so you've got, you've always got the compatibility, so I can show, one of the new things we did is we actually give you a difference between the Mac and Windows compatibility.
Oh, okay.
So for Webdirect, and it is under the Windows, so what it is you've got two things. You've got show hide menu bar, and you've got hide toolbars. So in Webdirect, menu bar is this bar,
right,
and then this is the toolbars.
So that would be one of those, if
Webdirect, do that.
Turn these off versus,
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Or by your permission set, too.
Yeah, or by
yeah.
You can specify
or whatever.
Menu
whatever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Webdirect does not support custom menus.
Okay. Right.
So,
I didn't think so about that.
Yeah. That's one of those things that we just
there.
couldn't get there.
Yeah.
It was ship something or wait till it was perfect.
Those webinars like to point out this is still version 1.0.
Exactly.
Right.
This is definitely a version 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
The 1.0 is pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's like an order of magnitude better than instant web publishing ever was.
Maybe two.
Yes.
I'm so happy to hear someone say that because we are getting. I don't know. Do you want to talk a little bit about the new licensing and pricing, or do you all think you have that figured out?
Yeah, it costs more.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Too
much money or too much to comprehend.
Well, it depends on what you were using.
Right.
And also depends when you have legacy applications where you've got a lot of people using those.
Yeah.
It's going to take longer to upgrade. You have to redesign the software and get the licensing.
Yep. No, we completely understand that. But, what we're starting to see.
A step forward, yeah.
Yeah, it is a step forward. But we are also starting to see now some customers are renewing. They're going for, if they had, 50 users that had FileMaker Pro before, they're now going to a hybrid. They're really evaluating. Maybe only 20 of my users need FileMaker, and the other 30 only use FileMaker occasionally, and they don't all use it at the same time.
So you had some of those were almost strictly on the on iOS device. But
or now they're only strictly using iOS. But so we're starting to see a distribution where people are they're not renewing as many FileMaker seats, but they're adding more connections to Webdirect. And
Yeah.
if you look at it that way, Webdirect is half the price, or less than half the price, because you've got concurrency. Depending on the model and the use case in the business, frequently concurrency is between 20 and 50% of the full user pool at any given time.
Or for many things, you could have just the server and a lot of iPads with FileMaker Go.
Right. Yes.
In the invoices starter solution,
In the Invoices Starter solution,
there,
yes.
and I mean that's where I ran into it. There's a bug in there about picking a row of the portal in a popover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seed Code put out a workaround that I finally figured out, I think, how to do that. Is that something that you expect to be fixed?
I know it's
soon?
something we're working on. I don't know exactly when soon is. I know we've got a server VRev in the works. It's a little bit because of all the Heartbleed fun we've
stuff.
had in the last couple of weeks. And that's primarily performance and stability improvements. I don't know if that
That would be
particular bug is in that. But I mean, we do have a VRev in the works. We're starting to try and time our VRevs around the quarterly Java updates, I think, just because we've got to make sure that we run with the new version of Java.
Yeah.
As it comes. So.
And then I guess the other one is kind of it's kind of just, to me, it's kind of an interesting question, since Apple in the iWorks stuff changed the way the inspector worked from a separate floating panel to implementing it here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's something that's under.
That, our UI team, I mean, you'll notice, like, one of these things, like, I find, like, this really disjointed is, oh, wait, I can't go into layout mode in a browser. What happened to the
Foiled again, huh?
I think I must have, like, thought I was quitting something else, but let me just, yeah, so one of the things that I really like, I don't know if you noticed this before. What? Oh, because I renamed it. This is one of the things I love about this. When you use the upload to server, FileMaker actually Pro flips a bit in the file that says, hey.
Yeah, which version are you really using?
You've put this on server before. Are you sure you want to open the local version, or do you just want to go get the hosted one? So let me just go open the hosted one. So you don't make that mistake, because I don't know. I have done that where I put something up on server.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And then you make a bunch of changes in the wrong version. In the wrong.
And why aren't my changes taking?
Yeah. Where are they?
Yeah, where did they
Where
go?
are they? Yeah.
Yeah, I spent an hour on that not too long ago.
So where were we? We were talking about something. UI. Yeah. So this is the thing that I find really, like, sort of disjointed is I do this and it's that palette, and then I bring up the field picker and it's that new kind of modern Mac OS transparent palette. And, on Windows, they're different. They're not the same either. And so I would expect,
they'll merge.
They'll merge and we'll get the same look and feel soon. Or at least I certainly hope so.
Well, there's a reason they're doing that, though, I guess. So they're totally different that because.
I mean, so what they're.
You really know, okay, here I'm not, I don't know. But
well, so really,
other than the color.
I mean, so what this is this is relying on a lot of, like, what we're trying to do wherever possible is rely on what's already built into the OS.
Yes.
Right. So this code is old, and this code, we built this palette completely, to do what we wanted it to do. And for the field picker and some of the other things, we're saying, okay, the OS, both, Windows 7 and 8 and Mac OS have definition for a palette.
Right.
So let's use the code and say, give me a floating palette, and then put these objects in it. So. So that's where we're going. We're trying, because it makes things it makes the development more efficient. It makes our team more efficient, so they can do more. We like to hope.
I have a server with 12, but I noticed that when my machines, when they go to sleep, I get disconnected. Okay. Well, some of them I do, but Well, one is because it may have to do because it's a local on a private subnet, and the other one's coming in through port.
Okay.
But I've also noticed that most of the times, I think, that when I get disconnected and kicked off, I go, the screen you've been kicked off.
Yeah.
You're speaking too long or whatever.
Yeah.
Get to work. And so I say, okay, and I go back to reconnect, and it says it's not available. Then I wait a bit and go back in.
Get in.
Yeah.
That can just be a server
Timing issue.
server timing issue.
That's just sort of annoying, but
I know it's annoying.
Where just
Yeah.
Sometimes
the key
I
thing
can
is,
go right back in, and it's like okay.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on where in the cycle of server confirming that the disconnect is there.
Okay, yeah. How long it actually kick me off?
Yeah.
Could be okay.
Yeah, I would look at that. I try to make sure that I don't put my machine to sleep. Like I have I will set it for display sleep, but not full.
Oh, okay.
Full computer sleep. And the other thing is, if you've got a iffy network connection and the network connection goes to sleep, you're going to also lose it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, we did a lot in 12 and 13 to improve connectivity robustness, specifically to support FileMaker Go.
Yeah.
So that, server isn't quite as fast to say, oh, I can't hear I don't know where that client is, I'm going to disconnect them.